hello, how are you? Great. Yeah, me, I'm totally fine, totally not anxious about the amount of books next to me on my physical TBR that I have not read. No anxiety in the room with us today. I'm like totally fine. Guys, I think it's about time that we go through my physical TBR and see how many books are actually in it, because I have not checked that in, I want to say 2 years, and as you know, the TBR has grown significantly. Sorry, my dog just really wants to be the center of attention. I am on a book buying ban this year because I realized that this is an issue. Like, I look at the piles surrounding me. I would have made them go up to my bed, but I feel like that would have been dangerous. So I just have them in small stacks, but don't be fooled. Just because they're small stacks does not mean that it's not a lot of books in this bitch. There are so many. Some may say too many, but that's what we're gonna find out today. All right, I'm gonna go through every book in my TBR if I still plan on reading it, because this could low-key turn into an unhaul, because I really have not gone through the books that I own. I have not actually gone through that thoroughly. I know I've done a few like hauls and unhauls over the past like 6 months, but guys, whatever is on my shelf, that's a blur, and I really need to like condense my problem as much as I can. So you know, the goal this year is to read everything that is here. But before we get to that, the reason I am actually making this video is because I do plan to start making videos tackling my TBR soon, my physical TBR. Like once April hits, that's it. Smooth sailing on the TBR ship, okay? Because this is not a game. Look at all this. This is ridiculous. So yeah, welcome to the video. We're gonna go through all of these books and we're just gonna see. I think these are all the books I haven't read on my shelf. I went through each of them, and you guys know I do have a TBR shelf next to my bed, so it wasn't that difficult, though there are some stragglers around my room. So maybe there is more, but I think that this is it. Long intro out of the way. Let's get started. I don't really know which pile to go through first. I guess we're just gonna start at random. How about that? Let's make our way from one side to the other. We have Orange, the complete collection, volume 2. You guys know one of my biggest goals of this year is to reread specific books. I made a video on it like a month ago, and I really do need to reread the complete collection volume 1 of Orange before I get to this bad boy, because although I remember really liking it, I never ended up finishing the series. Why? Your guess is as good as mine, you know? So yeah, this is in my physical TBR, but it won't be for long. I plan on doing my reread of Orange hopefully next month. I don't really know what I'm doing in terms of like organization. Like I didn't think that through. So if I just ended up getting covered by stacks of books by the end of this video, it is what it is, I guess. Next is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I don't know if I want to keep this and read it. I feel like this is like weird to keep. I don't know. I read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen and I liked it, and I want to read more Jane Austen in the future, but this is not technically by Jane Austen. This is by Seth Grahame-Smith, and I've never seen the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies movie, because I know that this did get adapted like years ago. Who knows? It could be fun. It could be fun to read a book like this, but I don't think it's on my priority in terms of like my physical TBR. Speaking of Jane Austen, we have Emma by Jane Austen. Remember when I bought this last year during one of my like bookstore vlogs? Yeah, I've yet to read it. I don't really know what that's about. I don't really know. Like I said, I want to read more Jane Austen. I just haven't been in the mood to pick up this beast yet, because Emma is a pretty thick book and the text in this is really small. I don't know why I got this version. I like the cover though. The cover is really cute. When will I be reading it? Again, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. Next up, we have a book that has arguably been on my shelf the longest. It's between this one and another one, and I think I'm going to unhaul this one. Tomi by Junji Ito. A few years ago, I really wanted to get into Junji Ito's writing. I thought that it would be up my speed, something that I would enjoy. And with every year that has passed since I got this book, like I want to say 5 years ago, I've never had the urge to pick it up. And I think that it's time for me to actually let it go, because I feel like Junji Ito has like a massive fan base, so someone else would appreciate this. I might resell it on like my Pango Books account, which by the way is always linked in the description below. Yeah, I don't think I need to own this, so I'm gonna like make an unhaul pile off to the side away from the camera. Now the next one is one that you guys know I plan on reading at some point in my time of living. The Count of Monte Cristo. by Alexander Dumas. Yeah, I just had a goal last year of reading this, and I'm not gonna lie, I still want to continue it. You guys see the bookmark that's still in there from literally when I stopped. I want to continue reading this. I just don't know when the right time will be, because you really got to commit yourself to a book that's 1,200 pages with so many characters. And I'm not gonna lie, whenever I read classics, you know, there's like a certain writing style that old classics have, and it's very hard to follow for me in my brain. I don't know, but for this one I was having a pretty decent time. I don't remember why I stopped reading it. I think other books probably got in the way, but I do want to continue it. So this is not getting unhauled, it's just on the back burner for now. It's not really priority. I need to be in a mood to pick this up, so I'm not going to force myself to read it when I'm not in the mood, and I'm currently not in the mood. The next one is one that I really want to read, but I'm also intimidated by this one, and I don't really know why. The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wang. This book I got used at a bookstore, and I've been meaning to read it for a long time because I know everyone has been speaking highly of M.L. Wang since one of the piles fell. I was wondering when that was gonna happen.
A few moments later.
Yeah, a lot of people have been talking about M.L. Wang over the past few years because of Blood Over Brighthaven, and when I saw this at the used bookstore, I was like, I'm gonna get that because I want to get to M.L. Wang's books, and then I never read this. And you're gonna see the same thing because I think Blood Over Brighthaven is somewhere in one of these stacks. Don't know why this one intimidates me. I've been meaning to read either this or Blood Over Brighthaven, and I honestly think I'm gonna read Blood Over Brighthaven first because something about this one, I don't know, but I will be getting to that eventually. Another book that I've been meaning to get to for years, The Rise of Kyoshi by F.C. Yi. This was in a TBR video from months ago that I did, and I never got to it, and then I forgot that I wanted to get to it, and now I'm just sitting here looking like an idiot because I definitely want to read it. For those of you that don't know, the creators of Avatar have been writing these books along with authors, so like it's technically a collaboration between F.C. and Michael Dante DiMartino, one of the co-creators of Avatar. They've been making these books about avatars before Aang for the past like couple of years. I bought Kyoshi's because she's one of my favorite characters in Atla, and I've been meaning to read this and I haven't, and it makes me sad. So one of these days, trust, I feel like I'm gonna get to this, especially because it's not long. These are all categorized in like YA, so they're pretty short, and I feel like they're gonna be really fun to read. I just haven't been in the mood for it. The next book in this stack is, I feel like next to Tomi, also one of the longest books that has been in my physical TBR that I am going to get to soon. The Eye of the World. I'm not going to talk about this because you guys know I harp on the fact that I have not read this book in years since I got it, to the point where it just stares me down. I'm over it. I'm over myself. I'm over looking at this thing and not having read it. So I've already decided that I am going to crack this bad boy open next month. I usually don't make TBRs due to me being a mood reader, but this is getting done one way or another in the month of April. Mark my words, if it's not in my April wrap up, you guys have all the right to yell at me. I give you full permission because this is ridiculous. With Tomi, I think it was just because I realized I did not want to read that anymore, and I was just holding on to it just because I forgot that it was there. With this one, I actually do want to read this, and the fact that I have not, sick and twisted. But it also has an intimidating factor to me simply because of how big it is. It's kind of the size of, again, a brick, but I'm not gonna let that get in the way of my priorities, which is to finish my physical TBR, or at least get through half of it. Like, I'm looking at all these books, I don't think I'll be able to get through all of my physical TBR, like that's impossible. I just think that some books should take priority over others, and The Eye of the World is definitely top priority. I might even do a reading vlog for it if you guys would care to see that. I don't know. But you guys know that reading vlogs kind of motivate me to read more consistently, so I might just do that for myself. The next two books are ones that I have brought up: The City We Became and The World We Make, which is part of the duology that I can't remember the name of by N.K. Jemisin. I bought these books just to get like an intro into N.K. Jemisin and her writing style, but I think you guys know, because I talked about this back in January, I read the prequel novella to these books, and it was jaw-dropping, amazing, wonderful, and I've been thinking about it non-stop since January. I kid you not. So this is also a book series that has been eyeing me down on my shelf simply because I actually do want to get to this soon. I expect to definitely get through this duology before the end of the year for sure. There is more N.K. Jemisin in this pile somewhere, but we'll save that for later. Next is Forged by Blood by Ihigbor Akasun. I know I'm butchering that, and I'm so sorry to the author. This is a Fairy Loot edition of the first book in this duology, which is stunning, by the way. Like, I feel like I talk about this book, but I never actually show it. Ooh, because it's a Fairy Loot edition. There's like stuff all in it, like art, and then like a note from the author. I got this second hand though, so like I haven't really gone through it, but look at that. It's like stunning. It's beautiful, it's stunning, it's amazing, it's gorgeous. Yeah, the book is stunning. Yeah, I haven't read it yet. I own only the first one. I don't own the sequel, and I'm not gonna lie, if I am interested enough to read the sequel to this duology, I am going to hunt down the Fairy Loot edition of the sequel because I need it to match. I'm usually not that annoying when it comes to my books matching in series, but this one is too pretty not to have another one to match. So yeah, look at those sprayed edges. That's insane. Don't really know what this is about. I got it because it was pretty. Sue me. But black girl on the cover, fantasy, I'm pretty sure, with a little love triangle based off of the end pages and how those men are definitely not the same. Maybe it could be fun. I don't know. All right, let me get through this faster because we're already 20 minutes into this video. Like I said, Blood Over Bright Haven by Emma Wong. Eventually, guys, eventually I'll get there. I also just want to read Emma Wong's books because I know she has no series. She just writes standalones as of right now. I think she only has like 2 or 3 standalones out, and you know me, I'm not one to really commit myself to unfinished series right now. I'm very much trying to get through the series I've already started, so if it's a standalone book, I feel like I'm going to jump at the chance to read it more. Oh my god, speaking of series I'm in the middle of, so Eternal Ruin. Do you guys remember when I said that I wanted to read this before the end of the year last year and I didn't? That's crazy. This is the sequel to Immortal Dark, which I thoroughly enjoyed back when it came out in, I think, 2024. I liked Immortal Dark. It definitely wasn't a perfect book. There were issues I had with it, but I'm interested enough in the story and the characters to continue on with the series, and I definitely want to get to this before the 3rd and final book comes out this year, I think in the fall. Like, the author has been pumping them out yearly, which I really appreciate. Long gaps in between books I just can't do, so I think I've also just been like putting it off simply because I want to read it closer to the date that the 3rd book comes out. This will be getting read probably not anytime soon. Expect this to get read more so like towards the end of the year. Okay, next are 2 books by the same author that I am really dying to read. One of them I'm actually currently in the middle of, Vicious and A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. I'm currently reading A Darker Shade of Magic right now, and I'm only a couple chapters in, so too close to say whether I'm enjoying it or not, but it's definitely got me intrigued. Whereas with Vicious, I don't know anything about this other than the fact that I thought it was a duology, but apparently the author is releasing a 3rd book for it after like 7 or 8 years. That's insane to me. So yeah, I guess I should catch up on this before that 3rd book comes out. Yeah, but I'm currently reading A Darker Shade of Magic. This is like my 2nd V. Schwab book that I'm reading. I tried to get through Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil last year, and I read it on audio, so I don't think I was able to get through it without getting bored. So maybe I'll try that again physically, like when I get a copy of my own. But yeah, I couldn't get through that book, but we're having better luck with this one. I'm currently reading it on my Kindle and I'm really liking it. Next book is An Arc for a Fate Forged in Fire by Hazel McBride. This is a romantasy that came out last year, so you can guess how long this has been on my shelf. I think this was like the talk of the town for a minute and then people forgot about it. I don't know if this is a series. I'm hoping not, because I do want to get to this. If it's a series, I'm not gonna lie, it's on the back burner. Like, I can't start another series, I just can't. Next up we have The Vampire Chronicles by Anne Rice. Now this one is definitely gonna get cracked open within the coming months because you guys already know I need to read The Vampire Lestat before the 3rd season of Interview with the Vampire comes out in June. So yeah, this is a bind up of the first 3 books in the Vampire Chronicles. I've already read Interview with the Vampire, hated it, but I'm very excited for The Vampire Lestat because a lot of people say that it's the best book in the series and low-key the only one worth reading, and Lestat's one of my favorite characters, so that just makes me very excited for not only the upcoming season of the show, but to also just get to his book. All right, next up we have Babel by R.F. Kuang. Me and this book have gone through a lot of trials and tribulations together because I've always said that I wanted to read it, and then whenever I pick it up, I always stop. Not because I don't want to read it, but because I simply have other life stuff going on that completely makes me like put it down and drop it for months and then pick it up again. And I am determined to make 2026 my year of reading Babel by R.F. Kuang. If it kills me, I don't care. I'm going to read Babel. Nothing is stopping me. Mark my words. Oh my god, another book series. Yay. But this is a complete series, so it's fine. It's fine. The Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. This is this book series that has the 5th season in it. This is a really popular series by N.K. Jemisin, and I think the one that put her on the map. Very excited to get to them since I own all of them. There's nothing really stopping me. I just need to be in the right mood to crack these bad boys open. Like I said, because I read that novella for her other series a couple months ago, that duology series is the one I'm focused on the most right now. But because I've heard a lot of hype about the 5th season, I don't know. If you guys have read either or, let me know what you think I should start with because both are very intriguing to me. Next one is one that I am debating getting rid of, but I don't really know because my friend says that I would really like it, but nothing about this book is making me like feel the need to pick it up. So Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Moore. All I know is lesbian necromancers possibly in space. That's how this book was sold to me, and I don't really know how to take that other than at face value. I don't know anything else about the plot. I've also heard that this is really funny. One of my favorite booktubers on this platform, Carrie Reads, or Carrie Can Read, she loves this series, and so whenever she talks about it, I have really bad FOMO. And also, again, just the fact that my friend told me I would like it says a lot, but I don't know. I've just never felt the need to pick this up. I don't think this is a unhaul, but I think it has to be considered because I haven't thought about picking up this book at all. So I think that should tell you everything that needs to be said. Oh gosh, golly gee. I'm not going to say anything about this. You guys know I need to finish the Poppy War series this year. One of the books I also wanted to reread this year was the first book in the Poppy War trilogy because I read that book years ago and I meant to continue the series, but I didn't, so now I forgot most of what went down in that book. So I need to read the first book in the Poppy War, which is on my shelf, before I get to The Dragon Republic, which is the second book in the trilogy. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I know I need to finish it because this has been hanging over my head for the past 3 years. It's actually ridiculous. So the next book is one that I don't know anything about. I just heard from a person that it's really good. Audition for the Fox by Martin Cahill. I literally know nothing. I'm pretty sure this follows a girl who makes a deal with a demon fox and stuff goes down. It's not that long, so who knows, maybe I could fit this in to a month where I'm just like not sure what I want to read and I just pick this up by chance. Okay, next book is Jade City by Fonda Lee. This is not getting unhauled because I do want to read this trilogy this year, hoping that me finally starting the, I think, Greenbone Saga series can get me familiar with her writing to see why everyone loves it so much, because I've literally heard nothing but great things about this trilogy. I feel like this might be safe for the summertime though, because I'm in the middle of a lot of fantasy series right now. Okay, we have now migrated over to this side. I'll give you an overview of how this looks around me because I don't think you can actually see how bad it is on the camera right now, but guys, I'm very overwhelmed. First up, we have Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This one I also got because I think it was recommended by one of my other favorite booktubers, Sunny Kim. She said that the romance in this, it just hits. It hits really, really hard. And that's what I'm really craving right now. And I think that this is just a standalone, though I know that there are like companion novels to it. I'm pretty sure I could just read this as a standalone and be just fine. Next one is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. I've just heard good things about this and I don't know anything about it, but everyone says that like for a YA fantasy, this is really, really good. Next is another book that has been on my TBR forever, to the point where I'm thinking about unhauling it because I forget that this is here. They're Vicious Games by Joelle Wellington. I don't know what this is. I have no idea. I got it years ago. I've never read anything by Joelle Wellington, so I don't really know what to make of this. I think the cover of it really just intrigued me. I think it's about a black girl who ends up attending like a PWI that has witches and stuff involved, and there's like a horror element to it. I could just be making that up. From what I remember, that is what my dog is snoring in my lap. I'm sorry if you can hear that. Don't ask me what it's about because I really don't know. That was just a guess from like my subconscious memory of someone telling me what that book is about. Next up, we have Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abike Ayemide. The fact that I have not read this yet is a sick and twisted crime because I read Farida Abike Ayemide's other book, Ace of Spades, and really loved it. And that book kind of introduced me to like mystery thrillers as something that I would enjoy. So I feel like because of that, I would really like this one. But if I'm being honest, I've heard a lot of mixed things about this book. So I don't know. I'm interested. I really am interested in reading it. So it's not getting unhauled. I just don't know when I'm going to get to it. Oh, another book that has been on my TBR forever. Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This is a middle grade fantasy series that has been plaguing my mind for years. Another one that I forget is on my shelves that I really want to get to. I don't know how many books there are going to be in this series because I thought it was going to be 3, but then like I think the 4th or 5th book is coming out this year, if it's not already out. I'm thinking about just waiting. I'm waiting until the author is actually done putting out books, because the whole series thing, committing to another series when I'm in the middle of all the other ones I'm in the middle of, it's not a smart decision. The next book is one that I am interested in reading for sure. Daughters of Palestine, a memoir in 5 generations. I don't know why I said memoir like that. I'm so sorry. By Layla K. Kang. Again, another short one. So this is one that I think I do need to be in the mood to pick up, but I am interested in reading this. Ooh, okay. One that I do think I'm gonna unhaul because with every year that passes of me owning this book, I never felt the need to pick it up. Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Yeah, I know that this was making its rounds on like Book Talk, BookTube, whatever for a while, but I think I missed the hype. I did because I feel like I don't really need to pick it up and read it. I don't feel the demand anymore, you know? I know that the series is still ongoing too. Like I'm pretty sure the author is still pumping out books in this universe, though I think they're like companion novels. It's not like a series that you need to read every single book in. But yeah, I don't think I need to read this. Okay, next book is one that I can't believe I haven't read this actually, now that I'm looking at it. Half of a Yellow Sun by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. This is this author's fiction work. I also have one of their nonfiction books in one of the piles that I'm gonna get to. Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie is someone that I have known about for years, and yet I have not read any of her books. And I got this back when me and my family took a trip to Africa a few years ago, and I have yet to read it. But let's hope that that changes in 2026 because I really want to read it. Oh, I forgot to put Before the Coffee Gets Cold in the unhaul pile. And then the next one is Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's nonfiction work, I'm pretty sure. Dear Ajeweli, or A Feminist Manifesto in 15 Suggestions. These are all books that are on like the bottom shelf of my bookshelf, so that also might be why I haven't gotten to any of these yet, because they're like literally out of sight, out of mind. And then the next one is an arc for a book that came out in August 2025. We're doing so good. Both and by Den Michelle Norris. Essays by trans and gender nonconforming writers of color. Sounds like something I could be into, right? Then why haven't I read it? Next up we have a romance that I think I'm gonna unhaul just because I don't care about it anymore. Ties That Tether by Jane Igaro. When a Nigerian woman falls for a man she knows will break her mother's heart, she must choose between love and family. Nothing about this is really calling to me, if I'm being honest. I think it was because of the cover that I bought it, because I like the art style, but I don't think I need to read this. I think I'm good on that. And then we have Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. I have heard so many things about Julie Soto's books, good and bad, but I think the final consensus with this one is that everyone really loves it. I know that Julie Soto used to be a fanfic author, and in fanfic authors I trust. Like, seriously, that's not a joke. I haven't been in the mood to read a straight up romance, like a fluff rom-com type romance, in a while. I've been reading like a lot of like romances that are like more heavy hitting, but I haven't been in the mood to read something like The Dead Romantics, for example, by Ashley Poston. Or Poston, I don't know. Another author I've heard great things about. I just haven't gotten to any of her books yet, but let's hope that that changes. Next up, we have Emily Wilde Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I have been hearing, again, a lot of stuff about this series for a long time, and I know that this is labeled as like cozy fantasy. Like, a lot of people really enjoy the coziness aspect of this book series, and I think the romance elements, because I know that there is romance all up and through this book. However, I think I have come to terms with the fact that I'm not really a cozy fantasy person. I read a cozy fantasy this month that you guys will hear in my wrap up, and it didn't really hit the way I wanted it to, but granted, there were like a lot of elements in that book that I feel like made it not so enjoyable. So I'm debating getting rid of this because I don't want to put off cozy fantasy as a genre, like as a whole, away. Like, I don't want to give up. I'm sure there's a book in it that I like. I just don't know if it would be Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Maybe I should make a maybe pile. No, that's too many piles. I have like 8 piles of books. I'm not doing that. Next up is The God and the Gumio by Sophie Kim. This is the Fates Thread duology. And I got the first book because I love the design of the paperbacks. I think that these are so pretty. I don't have the sequel because obviously I would like to read the first one before getting the sequel. Though I say obviously, and yet I have like book series like Broken Earth all next to me when I haven't even cracked open the first one. But anyway, yeah, The God and the Gumio. I want to get to this. I heard that it's good. I don't really know anything about it though. I know absolutely nothing. Next up, this is one that you guys know about because I recently bought it. That time I got drunk and yeeted a love potion at a werewolf by Kimberly Lemming. First book was a wild ride and very chaotic, but fun and unserious, and this is, I think, a good palate cleanser for when I'm reading something serious like the other books that are around me. Next up, we have an arc that I'm so excited that I got. This is Fishbone Cinderella by Elizabeth Lim. Yes, that Elizabeth Lim. 6 Crimson Cranes, Elizabeth Lim. I have not read 6 Crimson Cranes. I have not read that, but I got my hands on this again due to my job, and this book does not come out until July. So this is definitely one that's going to be read within the next coming months because I do want to read it and give a review for it before it is officially published. I'm very excited. Also, that cover, gorgeous, gorgeous. I feel like Elizabeth Lim has some of like the best covers ever. Like, I look at all of her like backlog and the books that she's written previously, and all of those covers are amazing. Oh my god, another YA fantasy. Wings of Starlight by Alison Saft. I have never read an Alison Saft book, but I am aware that a lot of people love her books, and I bought this simply because it takes place in Pixie Hollow. You guys might not know, you probably do if you've been here for a while. I'm a Pixie Hollow nerd. I love everything Tinkerbell related. So you might be asking yourself, why has this not been read yet? That's a good question that I wish I could answer, but just like look at the cover. Just look at this art style. I'm so excited. I know that this follows the queen of Pixie Hollow and her backstory with Mallory, which we know is someone who is kind of the keeper of the winter woods. If you've seen specifically the Tinkerbell movie Secret of the Wings, you'll know about their history, and so I can't wait to read this. Like, I'm actually stupidly excited for it, and yet I haven't picked it up because I know I need to be in the right mood to read that, and I just haven't been in that mood. Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Robert. I don't know if I want to keep this, if I'm being honest. I got it because my friend wanted me to read it, but another book I need to be in a mood for, because I think this is just like reverse harem, and I don't think I've ever read a book with that plot slash trope, and it could be fun to just see if I like it, but I don't know. It needs to, again, call to me. None of these are calling to me. Now this one is A Song to Drive, what? A Song to Drown Rivers by Anne Leong. This book has been calling to me. I really want to pick this up because a lot of people really love this book. Another booktuber that I love, Jamie Falk. This is just a shout out to all my favorite booktubers, I guess. But Jamie Falk really loves this book, and I've owned it since it came out because I read one of Anne Leong's other YA books. It was like a YA fiction romance book, and I thought that was really cute, but I really wanted to read this because I think this is her adult debut fantasy novel, and the fact that I've heard nothing but praise about it from reviewers that I trust, I need to pick this up. So another book that I think is added to the mental TBR of April for me. Another cozy fantasy, The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Long. Another pretty fairy loot edition. I think I've shown you guys this one before, but it doesn't hurt to just like appreciate it again. Look at that. Look at this. Look at, guys. Yeah, I have this. I don't really know why I haven't read it. Well, no, that's a lie. It's because I don't know if cozy fantasy is my thing. But maybe 2026 is also the year of figuring out what I do and don't like in terms of fantasy. With cozy fantasy, I just haven't found that book that really sticks with me. I think it's because they're just really slow moving and I need something to keep my attention. Next book I have is an Alison Saff book, A Fragile Enchantment, another gorgeous edition of this. Another fairy loot, I think, as well. Amazing. Another one that I think I've shown you, but it doesn't hurt to just show again because it's just really that pretty. I have 2 Alison Saff books, haven't read a single one, but I'm planning on it, so that's all that matters. All right, now we have the last stack of books. Who would have thought we'd get here? Okay, now I think this is just a stack of contemporary romances, so let's get through these ones pretty fast. We have Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory and The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. You guys know I need to read Jasmine Guillory's books because I own a couple and I think I would like her books. I just haven't had the chance to actually give them a chance, along with Emily Henry's books that I own, Book Lovers and Happy Place. These are giving very much spring summer, which is perfect for the time of the year that it is, so I see these being read soon in the future. And then next up we have Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Herring Blake. This is the last book in the Bright Falls series, that series that has Delilah Green Doesn't Care. You guys know that series. I think this is the last book in it, so there's no excuse. I need to finish this. I might honestly make a series on my channel for me like finishing series because that's how bad it is. I don't know if you guys can tell, but that's really how bad it is. Next up we have Long Shot by Kennedy Ryan. I've spoken a lot about this book in recent videos, so I think that means it's time for me to actually get to it. And then we have Sweet Heat by Bolu Babalola. This is the sequel to Honey and Spice and another one that I need to finish. Just added onto the list of series I need to finish. The Henna Wars by Adiba Haigadar. I'm debating getting rid of this because I got it simply because I loved Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating, and I loved it because it was just really cute. It was a really cute like enemies to lovers teen romance fake dating thing, but I don't know if I'm really interested in this one as much as I was that one, so I think I'm gonna unhaul it. I'm gonna think about that, but I don't think I really need it. Next up we have an arc for a book that came out in September of 2025. Great job, Marina, great job. Great. I didn't get this arc until November. One of my friends was just giving me random arcs that she had, and this one was just appealing to me, so not too much, not too much. Candace, the Universe, and Everything. This one is about a teenager who time travels through generations of people who have had the same locker as her in her school, so like different Black women specifically, and I don't know, something about it is just really cool to me. All right, we have the last book. Goodness gracious. Another arc, House of Hearts by Skyla Arndt. I think this is is it vampires? I want to say vampires. If not vampires, and I think it's just like a horror novel. This is what it looks like though. This also came out a while back, I think also in September. And I've got literally nothing to say about this to the point where I think I'm just gonna unhaul it because I don't remember getting that. And I don't think I really care enough to read it. So that's it. Let me give you guys an overview of how it's looking around me because it's it's looking pretty crazy. This is the stack of books that I have next to me. This is what I'm working with over here, and this is what I'm working with over here. I need to count them. That was the whole point of this. I need to count them. Let's see how many books I gotta get through.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Later.
I have well over 50 books in my TBR. I have 51. So, you know what? I thought it was gonna be 10 times worse. The fact that it's only like around 50, it might be a lot to others. And granted, in the grand scheme of things, it is a lot. The fact that I have not read that many books on my shelf gives me the ick. But I thought it'd be worse. So the fact that I'm only working with 50, I can handle that. I think that's okay. I'm trying not to knock the piles over. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to have a system in place for this year where I knock out at least 3 to 4 books on my physical TBR per month. And then if I want to read a Kindle Unlimited book or a library book, I can have like 2 of those per month. The Kindle Unlimited books don't count if they're on my physical TBR though. So say like, for example, Jade City, Darker Shade of Magic, those are books that are on Kindle Unlimited. Those don't count towards like the 1 book on Kindle Unlimited that I want to read though. So like I can have like maybe 1 or 2 books digitally, but then like the rest are physical reads. I think that makes sense. I don't know if it's a system I'm gonna stick to. We will have to see. But yeah, this is crazy. The fact that I actually have this many books in my possession that I have not gotten to yet is ridiculous. Though I can confidently say I own more read books than unread books, which is a good thing at the end of the day. So yeah, we're just gonna have to work our way slowly through this throughout the year. And I'm not kidding. I think I am going to try to do more like physical TBR reading vlog videos because those motivate me to get my reading done that I know I need to get to. So expect those throughout the year. If there are books that you guys want me to actually prioritize, any of the books that I've mentioned in this video, let me know in the comments because I really don't know where to start here. Like there are some that I know I want to get to more than others, but in the grand scheme of things of having like 50 books surrounding me, I don't know what to choose. So that's gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed this, thank you. If you'd like to follow me on my social media, it'll be linked down in the description below. And yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.